Mama got a voice like sugar, it's so sweet and fine. Sister singing Amazing Grace, you know she right in time. They're laying poor Papa low in the ground that he worked and sowed. Now they're waiting at the Jackson station for the train to roll. Well, she been up all night, she got crows walking around her eyes. She can still raise a cup in a toast to a well-run drive. Well, he left her on a Tuesday still, gin, whiskey, and a bottle of pill, waiting at the Jackson station, looking over the hill. Oh, take me away, hear the whistle play a sad, sad song. Lay me down where the river runs wide and strong. Well, sometimes she writes a ticket home, other times she'll leave you all alone, just waiting at the Jackson station for the train to go. Yes, sir. The backwater shack, waking on the 419. She got smoke coming out of the stack, a dad running on a 10-mile track, waiting at the Jackson station, never coming back. Well, waiting at the Jackson station, never coming back. Jackson station, never coming back. Oh, we're so glad y'all came back this evening. Good to see you. Welcome back to the Good Time Supper Club, y'all. Tuesday night. Good to see everybody. Virtually, literally, figuratively, and really. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo, y'all. Gonna keep it going here. How y'all doing? Out in Heathen land, guys. It's been a while. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I miss you.
I miss you too, bud.
Yeah. Jesse, looks like you got an altar to tequila set up.
This is pretty much my current reality.
John Sage asked, "Is that an altar to tequila?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Candles and tequila it's an altar to my reality. That's what's happening over here, and I actually can't complain about it. But
yeah.
Very cool. Well, it's good to see y'all. It's good to be back another Tuesday. Good to see all y'all out in the interwebs too. Let us know where you're streaming in from. Let us know who you're with. Hopefully you're quarantining safely with people you love. And yeah, here we go.
She got rings on her fingers that shine like mercury. She never paints her nails, she like 'em yellow from nicotine. You can keep your fashion mag, she like Tito's in a paper bag, falling off her hips, wishing you was in her jeans. She never talked too much, but you know just what she'd say. She got a space in her teeth where she hides her words away. She knows she looking good, don't care if she's understood. She even talks dirty when she's on her knees to pray. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs. Looking for another man, she found me right where I stand. Love that sugar, love my sugar queen. People start talking when she walking on down the street, dropping them jaws with every single one she meet. She likes to get her thrills on the edge of the windowsill. All the people gather round, she coming on home with me. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she know just what she needs. Looking for another man, she found me right where I stand. Love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs. Yeah, she looks so good in fur. You got to hear that pussycat purr. Oh, you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen.
Hey Gordy, sorry about that. I didn't know. I didn't let you know we were gonna. I had pre-rehearsed a free jazz version of Sugar Queen in a different key while you were playing. So
You sound like you're playing some Ornette Coleman stuff over his tune there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Upper structure harmony.
There's more where that came from, Trev.
Funny more.
So like Gordy said earlier, happy Cinco de Mayo. Thanks to Diana Ennis for playing us on your radio show. Very cool. And I'm gonna do a song kind of about border crossing. And just kind of, just how it goes along the river. This is called Road Dust Wheels. Came in boats, well, they came in cars, traveled halfway across the sky, through the stars, left their families and their home, and their loved ones all alone, while the memory of their love lingers on. In the hot midday sun, top of sun, just to lay by the river and dream, watch your life disappear in between, while the memory of their love lingers on. With nothing to hear but the hum and the whine of the tires, nothing to see but the minds playing tricks on the eyes. Reaching home as the band played on, a cool breath of breeze under trees in the hot midday sun, just to lay by the river and dream, watch your life disappear in between, while the memory of their love lingers on. Lay by the river and dream, watch your life disappear in between, while the memory of their love lingers on. The memory of their love lingers on. Well, the memory of love lingers on, lingers on.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Somewhere you want to go where everybody knows your name, and everybody's glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
Wow. Trevor, as always, a true highlight of my week.
Thanks, bud.
Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody back at the Good Time Supper Club. As you can see tonight, I'm going by candlelight, and I'm hoping everybody can hear and see me well. I'm dealing with a little bit of a Wi-Fi shortage. As some of you may know, Nashville has been dealing with some heavy storms the last couple days, and we have been dealing with some pretty heavy power outages, and I'm coming to you from candlelight and the gratefulness that I'm able to charge my phone still. So that's what's happening over here. But you know, it is a holiday. It's Cinco de Mayo. Normally I would have been we would have been talking margaritas tonight, but I don't have the ability to really have ice. All of our ice is store-bought, and hopefully saving all of the frozen meat that we have and all of the above. But since we don't have that, I'm going to talk about just, you know what, this right here. We talked about Boilermakers last week, but this week is I got a shot of tequila and a glass of beer, and I'm going to talk about we call it here a federale. If you've ever been to Duke's here in East Nashville, it's one of my favorite bars, and they've suffered a lot from these tornadoes and storms, and you know they've been delivering their beer and shot of tequila specials, which we call a federale. They've been delivering them to people in the neighborhood, and all these businesses and all these people out here in East Nashville and Nashville, the greater Nashville area in general. It's been hard, and a lot of people are left without power. Some people are still left without homes from the tornado. And I would also like to give my love and send all of my prayers out to the Colvin family, Jeff and Shelly and their sweet son Judge. They had an accident during this last storm on Sunday, and Jeff and his son Judge are in the hospital and hopefully recovering and getting back to 100%. And it's been rough out here, but we're doing okay. And Cinco de Mayo, if anything, is about all the little victories in your life. And I'd like to cheers you with a shot of tequila and some cerveza and wish you all a happy night. And I'll be around the rest of the night. And I love you guys, and thank you for checking in. Cheers.
Yeah, man.
Nice,
Cheers, Jesse.
Cheers.
Yeah, thinking about everybody tonight in Nashville and just kind of strange times, but
yeah, truly,
we're gonna hold it together and have good times tonight.
That's what it's all about. Thank you, y'all.
I don't know how it's been for y'all, but this social distancing has led to not, I wouldn't say heavy drinking, but much more frequent drinking in our household. And anyway, thanks for the cocktails all the time. I'm drinking a margarita tonight. And I'm going to sing a song called Rehab Facility. Got a lot of good requests come in over the week and in the comments. So I think we're going to lean heavily on some of the requests this week. It's been great. So here we go.
She's a rehab facility for a wayward soul like me. I might need a little bit of loving, some walk on water hovering to set me free. And she's a drink when I'm feeling sober, coffee when I'm too hungover, with a deeper than the ocean blue eyes, whiskey blonde hair to hide them looks behind. She's a heaven's angel dust running through my blood. It's a pumping through my brain, here comes a flood. So open up the floodgates, let your love down like a needle in my vein. I need it like a heartline. She's my nicotine dream, everything I crave. Coming down from a 3-day blow. Where I've been, baby, please don't go. I could use a little bit of healing. It's gonna keep me from these heathens that I know. And she's a Sunday morning drive to a countryside motel room. The ones that are by the hour, where you can make love and take a shower in the afternoon. She's a heaven's angel dust running through my blood. It's a pumping through my brain, here comes a flood. So open up the floodgates, let your love down like a needle in my vein. 'Cause I need it like a hard line. She's my nicotine dream, everything I crave. So open up the floodgates and let your love down like a needle in my vein. 'Cause I need it like a hard line. She's my nicotine dream, everything I crave.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Hey, thanks, man. We have some news. We have some news here in BOH from BOH headquarters. Here in the comments here, we've seen lots of requests for merchandise, for Good Time Supper Club merchandise, T-shirts. Richard wants one.
Yeah, I did.
We all want one. And we have some good news, people. It's here. It's here, and I'm going to show you. If you go to bandofheathens.com and you go to the store, you're going to see something right here.
Wow.
We got 2 shirts and looks like a coffee mug. You can see that. Look at that. The Band of Heathens, Good Time Supper Club.
Yeah.
And then we have this one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. And there's a mug too. You know, you can drink your coffee out of that in the morning. So yeah, we hope you guys. It's all up and ready for y'all. So check it out. We'll know how much to order based on these kind of pre-sales here we're experimenting with tonight. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to let y'all know. There we go. Get a little link up there. So yeah, Ed, how you doing over there?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad we got some merch dialed in this week. It was a sprint to the finish today to get that stuff mocked up. But shout out to Raquel and shout out to our management for getting that all zipped up quick enough so we could do some pre-orders for y'all. Because we know you're thirsty. You're thirsty like Gordy's thirsty for his margarita. You are right. Thirsty for some Good Time Supper Club merchandise. And I will say, you know, I did a grocery run this week, and honestly, it must have just been subconscious because I was just like, I want Pacifico this week. Really not even thinking about Cinco de Mayo, but, you know, it's just appropriate.
Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of appropriate. Oh! prime time again. Gonna send it out to Los Angeles for Richie. Vinyl Richie time.
Yeah.
All right, Ed. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Nice flossing, Jesse.
What's that?
Jesse was flossed.
Oh, nice. Very cool. So tonight, we're going to be talking about a record celebrating its birthday yet again. I'm getting on a nice thread here with these. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, 1981 album, Hard Promises, released on this day. This is the Heartbreakers' fourth record. It's their follow-up to Damn the Torpedoes, which is an amazing record. Love that album. And they're pretty strong on this one too. There was an interesting story about the release of this. It was delayed because Tom was in a little bit of a rift with the record's distributor, MCA Records, who owned Backstreet, which is the label this came out on. So MCA had just rolled out a plan that they referred to as superstar pricing. Some of y'all may remember this. I just found out about this, but you can see the trend, or how it started a trend, I guess. So when this record came out, an album cost $8.98. But with this new plan that they were coming up with, they were going to be picking and choosing albums to bump the price up $1 to $9.98. So it started with Steely Dan's Gaucho. And Tom was not a fan of this, and he went to MCA and he threatened to shelve the record or release it under the new title, $8.98. So he reached out to his fans and asked them to write letters to MCA. He was being very publicly vocal about being against this. He said it was an unfair treatment to the fans. And in the long run, MCA agreed to not increase the price of Hard Promises. So, but on that thread of titles, so Hard Promises is what it came out as, but originally it was going to be called Benmont's Revenge. I have no idea what the story is behind that. I couldn't find out anything. So if anybody knows, maybe somebody's got some deep knowledge of the Tom Petty lore, let us know. But so as far as tracks on this record, we had The Waiting, which was the A-side single released a couple of weeks before the record came out. It hit number 19 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. And then it was number 1 for 6 weeks on the Billboard Rock Tracks chart, which is now known as the Mainstream Rock Chart. Also on this record is a track called Insider that Tom wrote. He wrote it for Stevie Nicks to use on her upcoming record at the time, Belladonna. And when he played it for Jimmy Iovine, Jimmy Iovine was like, "We're through. That's the best fucking song you've ever written." And in the end, Stevie Nicks passed on it, but she chose another Tom Petty song, "Stop Dragging My Heart Around," which I think was a Mike Campbell and Tom Petty co-write. So she chose to include that one on her record, but she did end up singing on Insider, which a lot of y'all probably know, the track that came out on Hard Promises. And similarly, Petty and his band are on her cut of "Stop Dragging My Heart Around," except for Ron Blair on bass, who was replaced by Donald Duck Dunn of Stax fame. So a couple of quick little facts about the record. Actually, just one major one, because I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it. So it's got a cool little fold out here. You can imagine seeing this hanging on your wall, you know, your teenage kid's wall in 1982. Cool little poster. It's got the lyrics on the back, and then you got a picture of Tom's Flying V there in the studio. Woo! Yeah. And then look at this. I mean, look, this is a great shot at Tom. Looks like they're walking on stage or something. Also, the cover, I have never wanted to be Tom Petty more than when I look at this picture. I mean, he's got sweet brown leather jacket on, plaid shirt. He's in a record store. I mean, come on, Tom.
Hey, Richard, speaking of record stores, can you give a quick mention about your T-shirt right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut up over here.
I'm gonna roll here. Don't sidetrack me, because then we'll be lost forever. So they were doing the sessions, I guess, right, maybe like January '81, and the word on the street was they were at a couple of studios, but I think initially they started at Sound City. But Ringo was booked at the studio next door, and we're getting into Beatles world here, so of course I'm not gonna give up the opportunity to intertwine the two, because I'm a huge Beatles freak. So Ringo was in the studio next to Tom, and he was working on his new record, and Tom had been told that John Lennon was going to be flying in to sing on one of Ringo's tracks on his new record. And so there had been this setup for Tom and John Lennon to meet, and John Lennon was one of Tom's idols, so he was flipping out about it. So December 1980 comes around, and John Lennon is killed. Doesn't make the session, obviously. So Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, they have a little message that they put on the run out here of the grooves, a little tribute to John Lennon. And I'm gonna find it here real quick, but won't matter because you won't be able to see it. Really, probably. You're not gonna be able to read that. But anyways, it's etched out there in the run out, where usually is like the catalog matrix numbers. But it says "We Love You, JL" on it. That's a pretty cool little factoid there. But yes, getting back to the shirt. So here's Cactus Records, OG, early 70s Cactus Records t-shirt. Great record store in Houston. I actually got this copy of Hard Promises first pressing from our good friend Mike Duncan, who was one of the guys responsible for the opening of that store and took care of it in the beginning for a while. But this record I received from him, so I thought I'd wear my shirt in honor of our buddy Mike. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Thank you for saying something. That's very sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all check it out. I think I sent out a link for if you want to try to get your hands on a first pressing of Hard Promises. They're out there. You can probably find one for $10. But yeah, so I got my records, got my wine. Shout out to Austin Hope.
Oh yeah.
Got this little nice bottle of Mourvedre here.
Oh yeah.
Brothers
Love you,
in,
Austin.
Yeah, brother in Paso. Shout out to the Hope family. Love y'all. All right, y'all keep listening, and I'll see y'all next week.
Cool. Well, thanks for that, Rich. That was a deep dive into some Tom Petty, which is always a welcome thing. So I'm gonna get into this song. This is another request, like Gordy had mentioned earlier. We had a lot of great requests, and this is one that I think we've only played like 2 or 3 times live ever. When we did the Ray Charles record, we played this a couple times we did a couple of shows where we did the whole record in order, and excuse me, we opened up the show with this one. And funny enough, I've actually been playing this a bunch in the personal concerts that Gordy and I have been doing. Just wanted to remind you guys and encourage you again, if you have done one or if you haven't, go to bandyheathens.com/book and get yourself a personal concert. I mean, I could think of worse ways than spend an hour with Gordy and I playing some songs for you, serenading you, making you feel good, passing the time. Guys, how do the rest of you feel about that? Do you think that's a good idea or what?
I mean, I would spend an hour with me.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep. You were talking about yourself. Anyways, you got the information. Again, thanks for everyone that has gotten a personal concert and participated in that. We've really had a great time hanging out with people and honestly getting to know a lot of people better. There's a lot of familiar faces that we've seen at shows over the years, and it's been nice to actually have a little more time, have a conversation, just kind of hang out a little bit. So yeah, and on to a little more music, because I know a lot of you are wanting to hear some more songs. So here we go. This is one off the Ray Charles record, and this is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm going to put my little, get my little plate reverb going here just for a little extra, little ambiance for y'all. Yeah, I got something in my bones, make me wanna shout and say, you make me wanna sing, sing on, ah, sing on, sing on, sing on. Lift every voice and sing, tell her that heaven ring with the harmonies. Oh, liberty, let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies, and let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present had brought us. Hey, oh, facing the rising sun of our new day begun, and let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou hast brought us thus far, well along the way. Thou hast by thy mighty led us unto the light, keep us forever well in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we would be. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Hey, oh, shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God and true to our native land. Facing the rising sun of our new day has begun. Well, let us march on till victory is won. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
That boy can sing.
Everyone can sing.
I'm Ed.
Well, we are going to try something new here. First time on the Good Time Supper Club. We're going to remotely bring in a special guest here. What do y'all think about that? We have a very special guest this week, one of our buddies. I think we first time I maybe met him or saw him was in Kilkenny, Ireland at a Roots festival we did over there. But anyway, we've crossed paths a number of times over the years. I'm going to see if we can get him in here on the call, y'all. Make Joe Pug feel welcome, everybody. See if we can, the magic of technology, if we can get Joe Pug here in on the call. Oh, yeah, it might work. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, heathens?
All right.
Man.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good,
Doing
man.
well, man.
Doing great, man. Nice to see you.
Better now.
Yo, that is a fresh lava lamp, Ed. I gotta say,
Oh, thanks, Joe. You know, I didn't turn it on early enough tonight. It's one of those things.
has to
I
heat
know
up.
you have a little experience with doing all this the teching and all the you know, the streaming. There's like 11 buttons you got to press every time you do anything, and that's one of my buttons. I didn't turn it on until about a half hour before. So by the time we're done and having the post-show cocktail wrap-up discussion we usually have,
it'll be going
in rare form. You know,
I hopefully someday if I ever make like $150,000 to $200,000 a year, maybe I'll be able to afford a lava lamp.
$17, man.
Man,
What kind of lava lamps are you looking at, dude?
There's very special Japanese ones that you wouldn't
you wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
Oh man. So Joe, we have Joe to thank for these personal concerts. He was the first guy kind of doing this, and I texted you. I was like, dude, how you doing that? What are you doing? And we launched this Lifeline tour, is what we're calling it. But we've kind of been collaborating on ideas for how to navigate this pandemic. And we had some plans in Austin, didn't we, Joe? We were gonna kind of collaborate in the studio.
Yeah, I was all set to make a record with the band of Heathens, man. I had a budget in hand from Gordy and everything, and we had studio time booked, and then the fate had other things in mind, I guess. Yeah.
Well, maybe someday we'll actually get that record done.
Oh, we're going to, man. I called you about that this week, man. I'm pushing this through. It's going to put everyone's lives in danger. I'm going to record all my parts, like from the East Coast and fly them in. But it's you guys are going to have to be risking life and limb in the studio to get it done.
Yeah. We're going to have to get everybody an antibody test. And then those who pass the antibody test or have the antibodies, they can be in one room, and then everybody else has to be in separate rooms. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
New way of recording.
I can't tell if that's going to be like a weird story that I'll have to tell my kids and grandkids 40 years from now, like we had to get antibody tests before a studio, or worst case scenario, like when I tell them that we had to get antibody tests before a session, they'd be like, well, of course, we have to do that before we go everywhere now. You know what I mean? Like, whether that's just the straight up new normal.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Tell us about what you've been up to. I know you've kind of ramped up your podcast, Working Songwriter.
Yeah. Well, since the pandemic hit, see, my whole musical life has always been kind of out of the box stuff because we never get too much press. I've never gotten any radio, any of that. Not that we haven't tried, we have, and it just hasn't been a fit. So, from the very start, I've always been done things like a little bit differently. Like in 2008, when my first record came out, and again, this isn't going to sound crazy now, but in 2008, it was kind of crazy. We bought a duplicating machine to make as many of the records as possible, and then we would send them to people. You could send us an amount that you wanted, 10, 15, 20, 25, and we would mail them to you for free, and you could pass them out to your friends. Which again, in 2020, when all music is now free and streaming on Bandcamp, that doesn't sound crazy, but at the time that was kind of a big deal. With this pandemic, it's kind of, to sound crass, it's kind of played to what I've always done with music anyway, which was, figure out and adapt. And I'm not trying to minimize in any way the suffering that the people who have this disease are going through, or the suffering that people who have jobs where they can't figure it out on the fly. I don't mean to minimize that, but in some ways, my strategy has always been better suited to a chaotic model like this. So yeah, we started with some of these personal concerts that we've done for people. I do a live streaming show on Sunday nights, and also this podcast that I do that is normally monthly, I'm doing weekly now.
Cool. Hey, Joe, would you play a song for us? And I'd love when you come back after the tune to maybe tell us a little bit more about the podcast, kind of what inspired you to get into it, and maybe some memorable moments. But why don't you play a song? Everybody wants to hear you play a song, man.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. When the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. if I return with eyes half open. Don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. When every revolution is sponsored by the state, there's no bravery in bayonets in tearing down the gates. If you see me with a rifle, don't ask me what it's for. I fight my father's wars. When hunger strikes a fashion and freedom is routine, when all the streets in Cleveland are named for Martin Luther King, you will see me at the protest, but you'll notice that I drag. I burn my father's flag. So when the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds, I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. If I return with eyes half open, don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. Oh, I do my father's drugs.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nice, man. That sounds great. What is that? Guitar sounds great. What is that?
Well, so this is a Guild D25, but the reason that that I think that it sounds good, I actually have it tuned down a step and a half.
Yeah.
So when I'm in a G formation, this is actually the key of E.
Yeah.
So it just makes it sound really rich. But it's a good sounding guitar as well. But I think mainly it
Nice
comes
and
from that
fat.
tuning.
Very fat, man. So, hey, as far as the podcast goes, what besides the sort of our all of us, being independent artists adapting to the changing landscape, like, what was it about talking to other songwriters that inspired you to want to, I love talking to songwriters too, but what actually took you from that sort of idea to really fully committing to wanting to set up a mic and get someone on the other end and really have an interview sort of set up with them? Yeah,
I think any time that you're going to want to make a work of art or anything creative, the first thing that you have to do is like fall in love with the medium. If you're going to write a novel, you have to love novels for 10 years and read them. If you're going to play music, you have to have those first couple records that affect you and make you want to make a record. And I was driving around the States, with my band for 10 years. You kind of get musiced out at a certain point. And so I started listening to a ton of podcasts, and I fell in love with the medium. I really loved the medium a lot. And I kept on searching for this one show that I was sure must exist, but it didn't exist. And I couldn't believe, I was like, well, this is obvious. Why would no one have done this show already, where you just interview songwriters and talk to them about life on the road and songwriting? But no one had really done it at that point. And so I was like, well, to hell with it. I love this medium. I think I know exactly how this thing should sound. And from episode 1, it's funny, like from episode 1 to now, 5 years later, the show basically sounds the same with all the same segments and that, because I just knew from day one exactly, what I thought it should sound like.
Yeah, well, I love it. I'm a huge fan, and we listen to it in the van driving around a lot. It's always, we know sort of surface level things about a lot of artists that we love, but I love in your podcast, you really kind of get deep into the nuts and bolts and some of the craft stuff that's really, really interesting, So kudos to you on that, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's a cool community that we're a part of. That's the other really cool part about it, is that it's not that I've specifically learned anything from other songwriters, because everyone's situation is so unique, but it has made me like a lot more connected with the group of people. That it's like one big high school that does this. It's like It's like 1,500 to 3,000 people who are writing these songs or in these bands and traveling around. It's not that many people at all. And so it's really connected me with that group, and it's been great.
You're right.
Man.
Hey, sorry, one other. Go ahead, Jesse.
No. I was only going to interject because my interjection is so specific to that. Man, Joe, I'm so happy to have you here, man. And I want to say, just to reiterate everything we're talking about, man, I'm a huge fan of the podcast, and also I'd like to fully confess that at one of my talent shows in high school, I performed hymn number 101 because it was one of the first.
Yeah.
And I'm fully aging myself here, for better or worse, but I definitely, it was one of those things where I felt the same way about songwriting, and it really hit me a big way. And I performed it at a talent show, and I didn't realize the connection until just recently. But man, I got to say that the podcast and all the above, it's so inspiring and so cool, and I'm so happy to have you here. And
did you win the damn talent show?
No, absolutely not.
It was the material.
I wholeheartedly believe it was not the material. No, it was rigged.
If you just played Who Let the Dogs Out, you would have taken the cake.
It
man.
was bomb. It would have been different. But.
Well, man, Joe, you want to do another tune?
Yeah, I'd love to.
That'd be awesome.
Thanks. Well, I'll go ahead and play that tune, man. Why not?
Yay.
And I've come to know the wish list of my father. I've come to know the shipwrecks where he wished. I've come to wish aloud among the overdressed crowd. Come to witness now the sinking of the ship, throwing pennies from the seat top next to it. And I've come to roam the forest past the village with a dozen lazy horses in my cart. I've come here to get high, to do more than just get by. I've come to test the timber of my heart. Well, I've come to test the timber of my heart. And I have come to be untroubled in my seeking. And I have come to see that nothing is for naught. I've come to reach out blind, to reach forward and behind. For the more I seek, the more I'm sought. Yeah, the more I seek, the more I'm sought. And I've come to meet the sheriff and his posse, to offer him the broadside of my jaw. I've come here to get broke, and then maybe bum a smoke. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. And I've come to meet the legendary takers. I've only come to ask them for a lot. Well, they say I've come with less than I should rightfully possess. I'll say the more I buy, the more I'm bought. And the more I'm bought, the less I cost. And I have come to take their servants and their surplus. And I have come to take their raincoats and their speed. I've come to get my fill, to ransack and spill. I've come to trade their harvest for the seed. where I've come to trade the harvest for the seed. And I've come to know the manger that you sleep in. I have come to be the stranger that you keep. I've come from down the road, and my footsteps never slowed. Before we met, I knew we'd meet. Oh, before we met, I knew we'd meet. And I've come here to ignore your cries and heartaches. I've come to closely listen to you sing. I've come here to insist that I leave here with a kiss. I've come to say exactly what I mean, and I mean so many things. And you've come to know me stubborn as a butcher, and you've come to know me thankless as a guest. But will you recognize my face when God's awful grace strips me of my jacket and my vest and reveals all the treasure in my chest?
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Thank you, Joe. Man.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, what a special treat, man. Thank you so much for doing this. Good luck with the podcast and
Thank you.
all the personal concerts. And I look forward to making a record someday.
Yeah.
We're going to do it sooner rather than later, man. I got faith. I think it's going to happen. I'm really looking forward to it. I bug Gordy all the time about it. So, it's going to happen.
I look forward to it. Well, thanks, man. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, for joining us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
Cheers.
it. Peace.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, yeah.
All right. Well, that was awesome. So cool. I'm going to dive in with another song here. We got some awesome requests. Like I said earlier, this one was from a very high tipper on the Venmo. A few people requested it, but one person in particular, let's see here, Kim Onen, I think. This is Look at Miss Ohio. It's a Gillian Welch song that we recorded on our second record, and we wanted to kind of do a heavier tune, and we wanted to do a heavier version of it to make it rock a little more. But here with the pandemic, we're going to go back to the original recipe here, acoustic. So here we go.
Oh, me, oh, my, oh. Look at Miss Ohio. She's running around with a rag top down. Yeah, she wants to do right just now, right now. Gonna drive to Atlanta, live out this fantasy, running around with a rag top down. Yeah, she wants to do right just now, right now. You had your arm around her shoulder like a regimental soldier. Mama's pushing that wedding gown. Yeah, she wants to do right just now, right now. Oh, me, oh, my, oh. Look at Miss Ohio. She's running around with a rag top down. Says she wants to do right just a night right now. About it, you don't have to shout it. I'm gonna straighten it out somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna do right just not right now. Oh me, oh my, oh. Look at Miss Ohio. Running around with a rag top down. Says she wants to do right just a night right now. Says she wants to do right just a night right now. All right.
I'm gonna keep rolling with the requests here. So here's one from the first Band of Heathens studio record. This is called "Don't Call on Me." Well, there's frost outside on my window. It's freezing up on my shadow. I've been walking fast, but I ain't moving. Well, this kind of life wanna bring me down. So please don't call on me, no. I'll sit down, mister. Please don't call me up, yeah, to bring me down. Well, please don't call on me, no. Sit down, mister, because I'm leaving, oh, this time around. Well, my girl next door, she'll be crying. My dog won't bark. He'll be howling. I please don't call me up. Oh, don't bring me down. Oh, please don't call on me, no. I said, now, mister, you know I'm leaving. Well, this time around, you know I'm leaving, and I won't be found. You know I'm leaving. Yeah, mean old town said wanna get away, wanna get back on the Good Time Supper Club Tuesday night town. Yeah, get on down. Yeah, get on down. Yeah, get on. Oh, please don't call on me, no. Please don't call on me, no. Please don't call on me, no. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, yeah. Oh, there's a dance party going on in the background, people. If you could only have seen what was happening there. But if you are liking that, if you want to see more dance partying, you should share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitch, share it on YouTube, however you share. Whatever your pleasure is, share, and share alike. Speaking of sharing, Trevor, you got some good news to share with us?
Oh, it's that time, Ed.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Oh, that was a little bit of, looks like rain. It's that time of week. My minute, Grateful Dead minute. This week's pick is Cinco de Mayo, 1977, 5/5/77. Felt it was appropriate to give a nod to May 77. Even a casual Deadhead recognizes that month as one of the very best in the band's history. I think today is a Tuesday. 5/5/77 was a Tuesday. And it was the first show of what has to be considered one of the very best weeks the Dead ever had. The following three shows, 5/7, 5/8, and 5/9, are kind of a holy trinity of sorts. Boston Garden, Cornell, Buffalo. 5/8, in fact, is maybe the crown jewel. It is esteemed so much that it was actually the recording itself. The tapes are included in the National Recording Registry of the Library of Congress, which is kind of a big deal. So considering all the attention those three shows get, this show kind of gets overlooked. But believe me, this night the band is on fire, and it's one that should get your attention. The recording is immaculate. Betty Cantor Jackson is known for her recordings, and this one sparkles. The Scarlet Fire just rips from the show. Proceeds, the next time they play it would be at Cornell, and the sequence of Scarlet Fire from Cornell is probably the most downloaded or most listened to thing on Archive. It's very popular, so for that reason alone you should check out the one that precedes it. It definitely holds its own. Other personal favorites from the show is emotional rendering of Peggy O is awesome, and a really powerful version of Sugar-Ree, powerful version of St. Stephen, which they had just brought back or had just started bringing back in the rotation. It had been shelved since like 71 or something like that, and that's always a crowd favorite. I would highly recommend checking out the show with headphones just so you can appreciate the recording. If not, turn it up loud. The guitar work throughout from Garcia, Weir, and Lesh is amazing. Highly recommend it. 5/5/77 from New Haven, Connecticut. Check it out. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks,
Yeah,
Trev.
dude.
Woo.
Love it. Put links up for y'all to check that show out too. So dive in there, check it out. Well, we're at another special moment of the show here tonight, the Trading Places segment. This is the part where I play one of Gordy's songs. I'm Ed. Am I on your screen right now? Where am I? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna do a tune, and then Gordy's gonna do one of mine. So this is always a fun one. Probably, this is maybe one of our highest energy tunes, and there's always a good show closer. It's a good story too. So it's a good combination of rock and roll and poetry. This is called "Trouble Came Early." Well, they only speak easy in a hard neighborhood. She said, hanging around here, I know you're up to no good. Singles and doubles, 7 years age. It's a rich man's playground, a working man's cage. Oh, what's so wrong with just one or two? Been a long day, I'm coming back home to you. Trouble came early, trouble stayed late. Trouble came early, trouble stayed late. I got a good-hearted woman, but she's ready to split. Well, I know that she loves me, but she's tired of my shit. Well, I try so hard just to slow down, but it's a little too late, she's through waiting around. Well, I came home right on cue. She was packing my bags, I had nothing left to lose. Trouble came early, trouble stayed late. Well, trouble came early, trouble came late. Up a storm where I woke up faded in a hammerhead spin. Yes, I did. Well, I can't remember. Did I fall? Did I sin? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Well, some call it justice, others blackmail. Well, it's the hair of the dog that keeps chasing his tail. Well, the cost so high to live so low. I lost it all, and that's all I really know. Trouble came early, trouble stayed late. The trouble came early, she always stayed late. No, oh yeah, talking about trouble. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Good times. Well,
Holy shit.
oh, man. All right. Well, thanks, Ed. That was cool.
Thanks, Gordy. Rich, you're looking good, Rich.
Oh.
Look away.
I mean, man, Richard, you're looking really good, dude.
I mean, really.
Thank you.
The wine does you well.
Yeah, the wine's doing you well, dude.
Is that you, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, we'll continue with the Trading Places segment. I'm gonna do one that the title seems very appropriate for this time in our lives, and this is on the Sunday Morning Record album, and we made the Sunday Morning Record. We recorded most of the songs, and then kind of realized how mellow a lot of the tunes were, and it's kind of, we were listening to a bunch of mellow music at the time. I remember there was a Michael Kiwanuka record that came out around that time. We were really digging. There was some Bahamas records that we were into, and we kind of wrote a bunch of introspective and mellow tunes for that record. And at the very end, we decided we wanted at least one more kind of up-tempo tune, and Ed brought this one in. I think it was the last thing we recorded for the record, and anyway, it's
Gordy, I think if I remember correctly, we also, that same session, I think we did a cut of Cracking the Code, didn't we?
Oh, I think you might be right. Yeah.
But didn't end up coming out until later.
Didn't make the
much
record.
later.
Too many mellow songs.
Yeah.
We bumped it for Miss My Life, which we're going to do right now. So love this tune, and it's funky, and I'm gonna try to do it justice here. Everybody's talking about how they just can't do without. They don't know the ass from a hole in the ground. Time's up, people change. This whole trip has gotten strange. Tell me how it all went wrong. You hit me like a misdemeanor, caught me right in between. The angel was the devil herself. I could tell you the reason, but you called it treason. I never said goodbye to myself. I miss my life, miss the way it was. I miss my life, miss it just because. Work hard, play harder, get stoned, be smarter, left, right, up, down, or where do we go? Money's gonna rent stew, life beats us black and blue, and we got nothing to show. I given you the best of me, now you want the rest of me. Please just keep your hands to yourself. Drive my blues in a bag, COD to Alcatraz. Never say goodbye to myself. I miss my life, miss the way it was. I miss my life, miss it just because. Don't tell me to forget her, man, you never met her. But they don't make them no more like that. They don't make them no more like that. They don't make them no more like that. Miss my life, I miss the way it was. I miss my life, I miss it just because. I miss my life, I miss the way it was. I miss my life, I miss it just because.
Woo-hoo, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's I haven't been seeing the comments here lately. Anything going on in comments?
Yeah, we got a few. Jesse, why don't you give the hometown Nashville one, Jesse?
Yeah, dude. I want to give a big shout out to WMOT Roots Radio here in Nashville today. I was out in the car driving out, and I heard this exact tune today. Them giving a big shout out to Band of Heathens, and that's very cool. And it was the exact same song. And it was very sweet to be able to hear that in this kind of time in this city, and it's very cool. And then I'd like to give a big shout out to WMOT Roots Radio, who is really seriously killing it during this time and playing, and just keeping a lot of local and a lot of bands that really need the help right now, and everybody that's dealing with all this, and they're keeping the music live and real, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
Where were you driving?
What was that?
Where were you driving?
Well, dude, at this point, we've been dealing with power outages. We have no power at home, so what we've done the past couple of days is drove out to the nature, and we went out up near Cookville and went on the river, and got just had a nature day. It's at this point, you just keep yourself busy with no power and nothing to do, and you can't cook at home. It gets to be that point.
You just got to go charge the car alternator to charge.
Yeah.
Charge your phone.
And we've got people from all over the world tuning in tonight too, which has been fantastic. People in Japan, made a new fan in Scotland tonight. We have Michael in Stockholm, up in Sweden. Give a shout out to him. I also have to tell you, Gordy, Angela says I know the lockdown is hard, but Gordy's hair is awesome.
I was thinking the same thing.
Thank you, Angela.
COVID hair.
Yeah.
COVID hair right here. I need a haircut.
Nah, man, it looks
good, dude.
Look at all that gray. Look at all the gray coming in.
Well, it doesn't look great.
Take it easy over there. You're doing so well. What happened?
There you go. There it is.
Melting down.
Oh, that's how you do it. You do the fingers through the hair.
Yeah, no comb. I don't touch it with a comb ever. It's all fingers.
Nice.
Folks, that's the lesson. If you want to have great hair like Gordy Quist, never use a comb. Just use your fingers.
That's right.
Use the hands.
Good rule of thumb.
Well, we are reaching that 90-minute mark here. Anyone have anything else they need to add this evening?
I see somebody's asking if me and Trevor are related.
Really?
Definitely not, but I will. I'm on my own.
Oh, man.
I think I take that as a compliment, though.
I think it is. It's a compliment.
Is Trevor even listening?
No. No, he's not. He's not. He's muted.
No.
Sorry.
Somebody was asking if we're related, Trevor.
We're brothers. Of course we're brothers from other mothers. Come on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
My brother. He's my brother. Who put that man there, sir? I did. He's my cousin.
Yeah.
What?
Man.
Wow.
What movie? Come on, anybody got
First one to name the movie in the comments gets added to our mailing list for free. Speaking of which, I just saw someone from BOH headquarters listed we have a new kind of mailing list VIP section.
Yeah.
But there was a comment somewhere in there. It's somewhere on the website.
Is that something I should get on?
Yes, Richard, you should probably be on the list.
Okay.
Oh,
How do you get on the list?
Let me go find the comment here. I don't know.
and little Sarah 87 has won the she guest with
Thank you.
Spaceballs.
I was watching.
All right.
Good job, little Sarah. You get a year subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the gift.
Which movie? Which movie's that?
Which movie is that? A year subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the gift that keeps giving the whole year round. What movie?
Can we get another winner in the comments? Little known fact about Trevor Nealon.
Boom.
He
knows very little.
Trevor loves the movie quotes, and when we're traveling on the road, there's a nonstop flow of movie quotes. He likes to communicate through movie quotes, and it's good humor,
Fiona
good fun.
in Boulder got that one right. Fiona.
All right, great.
Got a lot of people.
Because he's seen at least 4 movies, so
At most 4 movies.
at most 4 movies. That's what I.
Pretty soon, Pretty soon it's going to be real easy for y'all to start guessing the movies.
Augusto Cricicini II apparently doesn't like our witty banter. He's wondering how long until I hear your music, LOL.
Oh, dude, you can go
Great question.
You can go to Spotify right now, or go to our website and listen and buy some records.
What movie?
We're gonna we're gonna send you on home with a little semi around the world. Jesse is a little bit limited in his internet capabilities tonight, so we weren't feeling real strong about having a full collaborative effort here. But we're gonna do our best to send it around the horn, so to speak.
There's a request here that's been on the request list. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Say I was born in a post-romantic age. I was born in a post-romantic age. I don't paint or compose. That's the two things I never do no more. You know that I was born in a post-romantic age. Well, I wish I was a big old cold steel rail. I wish I was a big old cold steel rail. I'd paint the sky thick and black, roll that thunder on down the track. I wish I was a big old cold steel rail. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss the way I say your name. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Yeah, Trev.
Well, I'll buy you a coat and a new red hat. I'll buy you a coat and a new red hat. Well, I'll put you in all their finest cars with all the men who smoke cigars. I'll buy you a coat and a new red hat. Well, how class lady so debonair. All the ones that I never met, all the other little chicks who ain't gone yet. High class lady, so debonair. Yeah, Tomcat. Well, yo, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Yes, Agent Trev. Yeah, yo, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Well, yeah, I'm gonna miss all the way I said your name. Well, yo, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. All right, we're getting on. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in again this week. We've had a wonderful time. Thanks for joining us on the Good Time Supper Club. Don't forget, come back next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to have more merriment, revelry. Jesse will be back on the power grid. So maybe his lovely lady, Nikki Bloom, will be joining him for a song. All kinds of stuff. You never know what to expect. Just come back. You know what to do. And like we said, or like he said, oh, this Redding sang the blues sometime, yeah. Oh, this Redding sang the blues sometime. Yeah, there's a hallway deep down in my soul. They couldn't be filled by 1,000 more when Otis Redding sang the blues sometime. Yeah, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Yeah, are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Well, you're gonna miss the way I sang your song. Yeah, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. We're gonna miss you when you're not around either. You know the you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Hey, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so
Nice
much,
one,
y'all.
Ed.
Thanks,
For the
everybody.
week.
Thank y'all.
Y'all take care of each other. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay sane. We'll see you next week.
I don't like my dance moves.
Your dance moves are great, Sage.
I have to practice my dance moves.
Thanks for coming out. We're the band of Heathens. What a place. This is our first time here. This is a classy joint, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
I'm not running to get nowhere, kicking back just as much as I can, coming in on a wing and a prayer. I'm your last midnight. I like to wait for time.